Greetings, weary traveler, come, warm yourself by the fire, and let us regale you with mighty tales, tales of adventure, tales of heroism, and of course, tales of Tamriel. I'm your host Arkhaniir, and I'm joined by my two amazing hosts, starting with the man, the myth, the legend himself, Lotus of Doom. How's it going, Lotus?
Pretty sleepy, but I'm glad to actually be here and still get to record.
That is good to hear. We'll do our best to keep it short. Also joining us, the Giggle Queen herself, joy of the show, HyperPixie. How's it going, Pixie?
In pain, but other than that, really good. Struggle bus hosts tonight.
Yeah, a little bit.
So, the current state of our group of lovely hosts, as you just heard, everyone is in a state of taking heavy damage over time. So, I overhealed myself with caffeine, like a lot of caffeine. So we'll do our best to run through this show. Now we know normally when we say it's going to be a short show, it ends up being 3 hours. We'll do our best to actually keep it short. So everybody makes it alive, because we have Greymoor release in 2 days. So this is not the time to go down. So we'll do our best to not take too much damage during the stream and the show, and we'll burn through it, and we'll see where it takes us. And if it ends up being a 3-hour show, it is what it is. It happens. It'll just cost us, I don't know, several years off of our lifespan, something like that.
I might fall asleep on the live show again. Just
Well, and that's just it. It's like we can try to keep things as concise as we can, which take that for what it is. And then next week, we'll just... Well, everyone else will talk about how much they're enjoying Greymoor, and I'll probably just sit staring at my sad little PlayStation while everybody else is happy.
Look, telling you just gotta get a PC account, right? You still do all your achievement stuff on your console. We just burn through the levels and the champion points on on PC.
Yeah, those aren't even the worry exactly. Yeah. So just let me transfer. Take my money and let me transfer.
I don't think it's technically possible for them to transfer. So at least that's what they told us. So
not as much. Yeah, I was gonna say if they ever figure that out, I feel like that's going to be nothing short of like a technical marvel that they get both Microsoft and Sony to play ball with them so that they can do it. Because I think that's the holdup, not the literal technical limitation. It's that Sony and Microsoft.
What they explained at some point in the history of them explaining stuff, that they mentioned that if they had done it the first time they were releasing on consoles, they could have. But now that those ID points and like data points, they are now occupied, so they can't copy over, because then they will overwrite things like that, and so on and so forth.
The problem is when you have the duplicate names, because they didn't separate that. They did some weird thing that, along the lines of most of their spaghetti code, I'm just assuming back end putting it back in and not losing anybody's accounts is probably what the holdup is.
I mean, I did mention this. Yeah, I did mention this during the episode we had with Gina. And our company had a similar issue when we tried to merge servers. We ended up basically nuking a bunch of accounts on one of the servers, because the other one basically copied everything over them, overriding, and it was a whole shenanigans. So if our relatively small, I mean, we have like 1.5 million daily active users, so it's relatively small. It's still a massive thing. Like I applaud our backend team still, but it's like if we if that happened to us, there are 10 plus million accounts on ZeniMax Online. So
right, and that's just my thing. It's like I'd even be fine paying for the service, because I wouldn't be using it constantly. I just the way Destiny 2's exists is so great. I just wish
did an amazing job.
Yeah, I wish more things would do that. But well, this is good. We've been on a tangent before we even got started.
I was just gonna say let's get back on track. And yeah, we are gonna stop ourselves from going too long with our random discussions. So, all right, before
maybe
we begin,
we'll wave the white flag of truce for the Alliance War for just one night.
No,
maybe.
No, sorry.
Okay,
no.
I tried.
I'm just not gonna get into the Alliance War, but I'm not gonna wave a white flag in front of AD. That's not gonna happen. I'm sorry. We are just gonna ignore the topic. But if we are going to talk about the topic, there'll be war and there'll be battles.
Good.
For the people who are listening to this in audio version only, I did just roll my eyes, and I know that does not come across any way other than visually, but just...
You actually rolled them hard enough, it came up on audio.
It might have. There might have been a sigh in there too, but I'm not sure. Just in case there wasn't, or Ark edits it out. There was an eye roll.
And since Pixie mentioned it, if you want to catch us live at the video format, you know, seeing all the eye rolling and our like mimics and our death staring at each other and everything like that, you can follow us at twitch.tv/dungeoncrawlernetwork, and we record this show live at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard every Saturday. So we have a whole new overlay, we have all the show notes up in the overlay and things like that, just putting it in there, sort of like a shameless self-advertisement on my own channel. So I don't know if it counts as shameless, but it is what it is. Again, going back on topic, shoutouts, we gotta give some shoutouts before we begin the show. First up, X4PL, last week he subscribed and got a shoutout, but during our trial run with Lore Seekers, yes, I think yesterday, I lost track of days, he dropped a 5 gift sub bomb on the channel. So I thought, okay, we gotta give him another shout out. So thank you so much, X4, for that gift bump. Also joining the ranks of the Torchbearers, the Wise Buddha, Rob, the Lore Seekers PC EU Mega Server guild leader himself, amazing guy. He also dropped a sub, as well as Granthils with another sub. Thank you all so much for joining the ranks of the Torchbearers, where you help keep the metaphorical torches lit and light the way, you know, in the dungeons we run. In addition to that,
my favorite part of the show right here.
we have another 5-star review on iTunes. Now, it is so strange that I read these 5-star reviews with such heavy heart. Like, as a content creator, those 5-star reviews, they are very important, right? They let people know that we say real words and they matter every now and then. But Pixie, since I'll let you read this because I'm pretty sure you'll enjoy reading this.
Oh, yes, I will. It says, it's from Chevet, and it says, love the show, AD for life. Sorry, Ark. Would you have left that sorry, Ark part off, and it would have been fine? No, I would have read it.
I would have, yeah. Oh, no, why? No,
I just want to say,
they are sorry. They are sorry. They are sorry for loving AD. See, even they know that they are sorry.
No.
For loving AD. That's like...
They're just sorry because they know the heartbreak look on your face.
Deep in their consciousness, they are aware that love of AD is self-destructive and it's evil and it's heretic, you know.
No, I don't think so, because they would have just said sorry instead of sorry, Ark, because they either they were at the live recording and saw the heartbreak on your face when Promethean said that he race changed his Nord to an Altmer.
That was hilarious.
Or they audibly heard your heart shatter on the recorded version of the podcast at that same moment. So I just want to say, Chevet, you are a very intelligent person for choosing the best alliance, and it's awesome to know that I'm not the only AD supporter out there. Thank you so much for the review. We really appreciate it.
Of course you're not the AD supporter out there. If you were the only AD supporter out there, we wouldn't have all these problems with the AD.
We get owned in
It would have been an easy win. Sure. It would have been an easy win. We could just crush you. But it doesn't work. There are too many of you.
Because we're the best.
No. because you're like...
Yeah, wasn't I the one who just said, like...
You're like an invasion on
wave the white flag.
I was going to say, and the white flag has been tie-dyed both red and yellow.
Look, I was going to ignore the topic, but it's all because of Shui and the review. It is what it is. Blame the 5 stars.
Blame all our friends who review us.
Yeah. Blame those who support the show.
Yep. Thank you. You give us limitless ammunition.
Yeah. So, a quick behind-the-scenes update. Well, it's not really a behind-the-scenes update. We actually planned a sort of reveal that we were working on, but it didn't happen in time, so we're gonna postpone it to next week. But there is something we've been working on. It's cool, and it'll be nice, hopefully, for everyone involved. But can't announce it just yet. Although, I am on vacation until Wednesday. So Monday and Tuesday are national holiday. And then I took Wednesday off, used up a vacation day, so I can play a lot of Elder Scrolls Online in the upcoming days with the release of Greymoor. So do expect very, very long streams with the Greymoor launch here on twitch.tv/Dungeon Network. I will avoid the story. I won't do the story. So, you know, anyone who's joining, like from console side or from... You know, since they haven't got a chance to do the story yet, there won't be any spoilers. I'll be focusing on antiquities, builds, just exploring Skyrim and Blackreach. Maybe random side quests, you know, but nothing on the main story. So, yeah, there won't be any spoilers, but there will be a huge long stream. And then next Friday, I was going to leave this for Tales, but next Friday, we are going to be doing Kyne's Aegis trial with the Lore Seekers, Progression Guild, Progression Trial Progression Group, led by Luna Spear, who is also in chat. She'll get her own shoutouts in a bit when we get to the Tales. So, yeah, those are the behind the scenes updates. I almost went back to shoutouts because, well, everything at the same time.
Yeah, just shouting at all the scenes.
Ark is fueled by caffeine and just wants to blurt out all the show notes at the same time.
Yeah, what? I mean, so my coffee machine has this like pot, right? And it has numbers on it, like 4, 6, 8, 10, whatever cups, like the cup amounts. At least that's what the manual says. But the thing is, my one mug equals to like 4 cups on it, and I drank 3 mugs, so I don't know what size of cups they use, or if my mugs are too big. I have no idea, but I'm on my 3rd or 4th mug. I don't know. It's been a long day, but it is what it is. Anyway, right, game news. See, it is gonna be a short show. I'm gonna just burn through it. So,
you got this, Ark.
Yeah. There is one thing that is not in my show notes, because I just remembered it right as we started the show. So, say you ordered your physical collector's edition for PC Mac, right? You play on PC Mac, you ordered your physical collector's edition, and Greymoor release is just 2 days from now, and you are not gonna get your shipment in time because of the pandemic. Some of you may, some of you may not. So what you need to do is you need to go to help.elderscrollsonline.com and submit a ticket for a digital access on your launch day, because you won't be able to, you know, get the box and go through the things and find the key and things like that. We will drop a link below. I don't know if on some of our RSS feeds, the link may not be clickable. On YouTube, it will be. On some places, it will be. But basically, just go to help.elderscrollsonline.com and you'll be able to follow things. Or, just ask Tess Online on Twitter, some places. Or just ask people in Discord and someone will link you. All the things. But basically, you might need to submit a ticket for your digital access if your box does not arrive on time due to the pandemic. Right. That was not in the show notes, so I had to get it out of the way real quick. We
have
one quick to mention, and that is there will be a massive, and I mean a massive, stream chain on twitch.tv/Bethesda with the launch of Greymoor. And it will be pretty much all of the ESO stream team streaming back to back from Tuesday all the way to Friday. About like 12 hours of streams a day. Pretty much non-stop. I don't even know how many names there. There's like 30 names.
It's a
all
lot.
1-2 hour streams. So it'll pretty much be a long party. And Dominic, why did you have to name the title this? It is... So the title of the article, Dominic shared this one. Dominic Davies, he's the aka Damien. the person who writes the posts on the Elder Scrolls Online website that we get wrong all the time. Get more Greymoor with the stream team stream.
You did that flawlessly in one try. I'm very impressed.
I'm telling you.
It's caffeine.
Yeah.
You're thinking 5 steps into the future.
Yes. So, there'll be a long thing. But I say, when we are live here on twitch.tv/Dungeon Crawler Network, you should come here and ignore the twitch.tv Bethesda. It's always there. Ignore it, Drops, stream team, whatever.
They're all big and popular. Nobody likes that.
You can get the true dumpster fire only on Dungeon Crawler Network. The quality dumpster fires.
What you do is you either have 2 monitors or you open 2 windows side by side and watch both at the same time.
No. If you have 2 monitors, you watch us twice.
I was going to say, there's a good way to balance this out. If you want to watch, the new trial done flawlessly or not have everything exploding all the time, I mean, you got stream team members like Alcast and stuff like that, and Zyno. They'll be going through, showing you how everything's done. And then if you want to watch everything explode all the time, you can come here and balance it out and see how it compares.
See? Yeah.
See?
We got the right way of doing it, which is not doing it properly.
That's the best way.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. That's the fun way.
Yeah.
The Tales way.
And so oh no, there we go. Keeping up with the show notes on the stream is a bit difficult, but I'll get used to it. I sometimes forget to update it, but anyway. So the other topic we have is an article called Getting Started in the Elder Scrolls Online Greymoor, which sort of summarizes what to do, how to start getting the content in the new chapter and Western Skyrim. So you have few ways of arriving in Western Skyrim. You can travel by Way Shrine. Obviously, you just use the fast travel options available in Elder Scrolls Online. You can start the Greymoor main quest and to do so, you need to go your collections UI. It's by pressing U on PC by default. I don't know about consoles. You select stories, then go to chapters, and from that menu, you can select Greymoor and start the first quest of Greymoor, which is called the Gathering Storm, and it will lead you to a boat that you can hop on in and travel to Solitude, starting your journey into Western Skyrim. But there is also the Greymoor Prologue quest, which is available to all Elder Scrolls Online players, whether if you have any DLC or not. It's in the base game, and it will set the theme and the tune for the Greymoor chapter storyline. So you should definitely, if you haven't done already, you should do that as well. Were we able to start the Prologue quest from Crown Store? Like if you go into Crown Store, it's there, right? So go into Crown Store. Yeah. Go into Crown Store and you will find it under Quest Starters tab. And yeah, definitely do that. Or if you create a new character, you can start into Western Skyrim by playing the new tutorial, which will be specific to Greymoor, and it will drop you at Western Skyrim once you finish the tutorial. So there's also that option as well. Now these are the ways you can hop on into Greymoor. There's also one of the most important things about Greymoor, and that is the antiquity system, becoming an antiquarian. I managed that word.
I was going to say, that was actually much more smooth than I was expecting, because that word's a mess.
I have trouble with that word. I avoid it.
It's all the cafe.
You really are seeing into the future.
Here's the thing. For years, I was super used to this and more than this amounts of caffeine or coffee. So my brain is used to functioning at this level of caffeine. The thing is, because my stomach is in shambles now, because of this much coffee throughout the years, I can't drink this much coffee because it burns my stomach. So pretty much since anyone's known me on Tales as a full-time host, I've been trying to cut back on coffee, like limit it. But tonight, I didn't limit it, so I am... You know those memes, what happens if you use 100% of your brain? Well, this is more like 1% extra from normal, but...
Yeah, you don't need an Elder Scroll, you have 19
words.
cups of coffee.
Yeah.
Whereas, in complete contrast, I just, a few minutes before the show started, got table and chair confused as words. So... maybe you should just do my Tales for me.
I need the thing to dig with. A spoon?
Right, so how do you start with the antiquity system and how do you become an antiquarian? So first, you go to the antiquarian circle within the City of Solitude, right next to the Bard's College, and it'll have a unique icon on your map. You speak to someone called Verita Numida to receive the now I can pronounce it, great, antiquarian circle.
We complimented you too much.
Indicated with another unique icon, and then you speak to Verita. No, that's the same bullet point. No, wait, yeah, you speak to, oh my god, that is, I'm all over the place. I read everything twice. So, you get the Antiquarian Circle, you speak to Verita Numida to receive Antiquarian's Eye, which is a tool and a tutorial quest, and it leads somewhere. Complete both quests available from Verita, begin hunting down antiquities. In my defense, I blame Dominic for writing Antiquarian Circle and Antiquarian's Eye right under each other in two different bullet points. I basically started reading the top bullet point midway through because they have the same word at the same place.
I mean, I blame the caffeine, but I guess if you want to throw Dominic or Damien, as you call him, under
Damien,
the bus,
that's. I was like, what was our made-up name for him?
Look, this is well known. If I do something wrong, it is never my fault. There's always someone to blame. This is the prime tanking instinct. Okay.
Usually he blames the Altmer, but
the Altmer, you know, Dominic now.
Is Dominic now.
It just depends on the context. Never the coffee. So there's another thing you can do is journeying into Blackreach, which makes up like 40% of the zone in Western Skyrim. It will be underground, massive caves, shiny mushrooms, and a bunch of vampires. I hope we don't have that weird crackly creature that hangs around with Falmers and spews poison at you because I hate them.
We do.
We
Spoiler
do?
alert.
Oh,
yes.
No. Do they make the same noise in Skyrim? Like the crackly, like The insect sound.
The chores?
That I don't know, because I saw it from a
chores.
distance and immediately just like ran up to it and let it bite me for a cool screenshot. I wasn't paying attention to sound. But
I hate that.
Yes, it's there.
And
they're huge. I feel like they're bigger in this game than they are in Skyrim.
Whoever designed them, I want to have a word with them. That is not cool. That is not cool. Anyway, so you either find a dwarven lift, which there will be 3 in Western Skyrim, and it will lead you down to the caverns beneath, and you'll be able to start exploring Blackreach from there. Or you find the cave entrance by taking the main storyline, main quest line of the zone. And I wonder if that's the same cave entrance as the prologue quest, but it doesn't mention that specifically, so I don't know. But there will be caverns, way shrines, interesting locations, points of interest, and all the other stuff that you'll be able to explore in Blackreach. And there will be pre-purchase and bonus items that I will not go through. Like you'll see them if you go into the purchase options of Elder Scrolls Online.
So something that I'm not seeing in the show notes as news is the new teaser trailer. Have you guys watched that?
I watched something. I don't know what I
was going to say. I did, because it was the ad that came up before this, I believe. Like when I loaded our own stream so that I can see chat.
Wow.
I'm pretty sure that's literally what played. I was like, huh, that's some on-brand marketing there, Amazon.
Can I get paid, Zos? running ads on our channel, doing your content. I want Yokudan Grey Charger to be back in the Crown Store as payment.
That still hasn't come back.
No, it's been years. We've got.
Isn't that just a horse, though?
It's a simple gray horse. It's absolutely beautiful. It has such a perfect gray color. And it is so simple, but it is so awesome horse. And it was only 700 crowns. I have it on PCNA. It never returned to the Crown Store once I switched to PC European Mega Server. It's like such a simple item. We got burning horses, demon horses, nuclear horses, radioactive horses, mushroom horses.
The wicker horses.
Like glowy horses, circus squaws, all kinds
mushroom
of
horses.
Magic horses, dead horses, actual horses. I don't know, Daedric, whatever horses. Horses that are not actually horses, which are that Indrix. And we don't have the Grey Yokudan Charger in the store. I've been waiting for it for years.
Look, maybe they just ran out of digital inventory.
Just get the Aurelian Charger.
What?
Close enough.
No.
The
I
golden
want my
one. It's
perfectly
pretty.
gray horseback. Ah. Sad. But no, I don't think. Which teaser is it?
Okay, so it opens up and it is the Nord hero with Lyris and some other troops with them walking through. I don't know if you saw the trailer from before where it was like actual gameplay footage. Yeah. And it showed those things that look kind of like lurchers, but they have the blue thing in the center.
Yeah.
Yep.
So they're walking through a whole bunch of like inactive versions of those somewhere underground. I'm assuming in Blackreach.
When did this happen?
As they get a couple days ago. I meant to send it to you guys, but forgot. It got sent to my email, and that's the only reason I found it. It wasn't like... I don't know if they posted it on their Twitter or not. But the Nord hero and his battalion, along with Lyris, walk past all of these inactive, lurcher-looking things. And all of a sudden, they all become active. And you see the Nord hero turn around and zooms in on the lurcher thing.
Wait, hold on. I'm gonna stop you right there. It's not on their YouTube or anything.
It's not. It's on some GameSpot article, I think. It's some other website.
Why isn't it not Is this something leaked or something?
No, because it came from Elder Scrolls Online to my email. But they linked to that article. So I don't know why I didn't go on their YouTube.
Hold on.
Let me find it.
If I didn't get such an email, hold up.
I'm looking through my email
I don't
now.
think
The show
is on
this. The show is on pause. The resident Nord, here at Tales of Tamriel, didn't get the trailer email.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah.
Here, I'm sending you the link. Now, it's going to take a second to load, and there's going to be an ad before it, but there. This is an article, and at the top of the article, there's a video, and sometimes if you're on mobile, it doesn't pop in right away, so you have to kind of sit there and wait. I'll post it in chat too, but Nightbot's gonna nuke me, so you guys are gonna have to permit me.
No, you've got a sword.
Oh,
yeah, do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah, no, we can do whatever we want.
Are you sure you are not on NDA or something for this?
I mean, they sent it to my email and they didn't say anything. So.
To be fair, so I don't think I have one, but all this does is show me. It says wrong link. What do you call it? Yeah, the only thing this teaches me is that Gina is much better at checking her email than me, because she gets however many gajillions of emails a day. I have 309 and I'm not doing anything. Like, how can I not even check my own email?
I obsessively check my email because I like my inbox to be completely empty at all times.
Apparently I'm still lost at the fact that I didn't get an email.
The link didn't work, and I don't know why.
Featuring the Nordic hero.
Hold on.
Because the link you sent is like...
Okay, this isn't the one yeah, this was... Okay, the Games Radar thing. Yeah, they retweeted this. So I don't know if this is an exclusive thing they did.
Hold on.
I'm going to give you guys another link in chat, because apparently I posted an invalid link. So let me try again. If they retweeted it,
I'm going to find it. I cannot continue the show until I...
Okay, I've got a good link now.
No, I'm now May 21. Okay, that's a few days ago. Nice. Preview the group content coming with Greymoor while coming to ESO. Oh, there we go. Games Radar. Ready to see Skyrim Test Online? Check. Okay, yeah, it's on Games Radar. It is an exclusive.
That's what it was. It's not GameSpot.
Yeah.
Where's the video? There it is.
Oh, it takes a second to load. It's at the very top.
Yep, hold on. Oh my goodness me. Please, show me the... Hold on.
Are you going to share it for chat to see?
I'm going to try, yes.
Just because I want to watch it again, to be completely honest.
I can set it up.
We can edit that part out. I'm just saying, since chat obviously is having trouble seeing it because my crappy links.
Hold on. Oh, you meant that. Yeah, I'm going to put it on the thing, on the middle there.
Yeah, he'll put it on the middle screen for...
Good, because I really want to see it again, because I've watched it like 3 times, and it makes me really excited every time I see it.
Yeah. What kind of a... they have this weird... built-in player, so that's gonna be...
Yeah, it sucks.
Difficult, yeah. Okay, interesting. We are gonna do this. We are gonna do our best to handle
Dumpster
this.
fire emotes in chat.
It'll be fine, hopefully. We'll just see some random things on the screen there until I manage to set it all up. And it's not gonna make sense for a while. And once it is set up...
Ooh,
hopefully,
I see it. Kind of.
Yeah, it's just I need to bring it... Well, see, this is something I need to prepare before we do all this. So, but since I wasn't aware of this, because I don't really check
Look at how
retweets.
well it fits right in there, too.
Sorry, I really should have told you guys about this before I brought it up. It dawned on me that it wasn't in there. I was like, wait, apparently I didn't tell them about this.
Oh, great. The video doesn't really load on the...
you just have to stay at the top for a minute.
Yeah, and see, since this is like a different, like, browser source thing, it's not loading it up. So what we are going to do is we are going to remove this. And we are going to switch fully to display capture. And that's how we are going to view this, because I need to view this. I don't want to view this.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to make this like a whole struggle thing. I just really wanted you guys to see it because I really liked it.
And now everyone can see everything multiple times.
Ooh, we get to see behind the scenes.
Good God. Can't see anything.
All right, here we go. So that was werewolves inside the lurchers or something like that, or vampire lords? I'm not sure.
They look like werewolves. They were fuzzy.
I know, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I like werewolves. I'm excited.
Also, yeah, that was very short, and I'm not all that impressed. This would have been fine if I
like those helmets.
Hadn't struggled all this much. But basically, the link is in chat.
I'm excited about it.
Yeah, I really like the Nordic helmets.
Those armor, like that armor is the Swartane style, and it is exclusive to, as far as I can see, Digital Collector's Edition. So.
Oh, interesting. Well, it looks neat.
I would have rather if it was earnable or farmable, grindable in the game, but.
I really liked at the end that little werewolf surprise, because we've been kind of trained to believe this is... I mean, they've said vampires and werewolves for a while, but obviously the emphasis has been on vampires. Mm. So seeing that it's werewolves, or at least one werewolf inside those, whatever those things are, is super cool for me. Yep. And I'm really interested to see why they have werewolves in, like, lurcher encasings.
Yeah, that was interesting.
I just was not expecting that ending. I thought that those things themselves were going to come to life. I didn't think that something was going to bust out of them. Mm-hmm. And let alone it being werewolves. Like, if something was going to bust out, I was assuming vampire lords. But it looks like a werewolf. And it seems super, super cool. And I'm really, really excited about that. I know it's super short and all of that. But the fact that they're showing those mystery blue things again, and then the werewolf busting out of it. That was pretty cool.
I'm only salty because I didn't see them fight. I mean, it's...
Well, that's for us to do in a couple days.
True.
We're down to a couple days at this point. And I'm so excited. I might just explode on the podcast.
Anyway, last piece of news we have before we move on to Tales is the Kyne's Aegis trial, which sort of explains what the trial is about, what's the story behind it, and what are we gonna face. Now, what's happening is there's a mining village up north of Solitude called Kyne's Aegis, and it is besieged by a powerful vampire lord leading an army of sea giants, half giants, vampires, coming with the longboats. So they are sort of like a giant mixed vampire army of Vikings, in a way. And I have to actually show you the art style there real quick, because it is beautiful. So these are... look at them. That is a giant in a Nordic Viking-ish armor style coming in with the longboats, and I absolutely love that. That is beautiful. And that is actually shield. I hope that shield makes it into an outfit style as well, because that is a very
flip
beautiful
side
shield.
Don't like that axe.
Yeah, I had never.
It looks very
flimsy.
flimsy.
Yeah, that axe. What is that axe? Okay, now
I don't know.
You can use it to grab swords and yank them out of enemies.
It looks almost more like a hook than it is like.
No, you just destroyed the entire thing for me. Thank you very much.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Staff,
I had not paid attention to it.
Staff. Ark, just focus on the staff and how
the
cool
staff
the staff
look cool. Like I said, the other stuff looks really cool. Like I like that. It's just I don't like flimsier style melee. I like nice beefy melee that you can smash through a shield.
Yeah, this looks. I don't know. I mean. Yeah, it's real. I had never paid attention to it because I was more focused on the shield and like the horned helmet and the giant jumping off the longboat. So yeah, this is gonna be a fun trial for sure.
I make all my tunes really tiny, so flimsy melee weapons kind of appeal to me. Even my tank has the new moon sword, which is kind of thin. And looks like it's easily wieldable. Just because she's tiny. She's the shortest Argonian you can make.
Also, I just realized something. So there's a statement from Mike Finnegan here. And I just realized it right now on the spot. The island of Kyne's Aegis was just that, a shield in the north of Skyrim set up to be a bulwark from invasions from the sea, which gets invaded. So we are going to stop that. Explains Mike Finnegan, ESO's lead encounter designer.
Yeah, they renamed him, I noticed.
Yeah, when did that happen? I still thought he was called lead dungeon. Yeah, he's now lead encounter designer. He used to be called lead dungeon designer.
Yes.
So now he is lead encounter designer, which makes sense. I mean, lead dungeon designer sounds like he doesn't have any, hand in trials or other competitive content. I guess encounter does encompass.
So
yeah. Go ahead.
It hasn't. I mean, I don't know if it's anything official. We actually need to reach out and get Mike Finnegan to join us for an episode after we get our hands on like Kyne's Aegis and stuff, just to see some of the behind the scenes stuff. So we can see if we can maybe
as our Bethesda liaison.
Yes.
I was gonna say I'll see if he can find some point where he can join us, because that would be super fun to have him on. He's been on a couple different shows, so it's like I always like hearing his insights, and then whenever I get to see him in an event, it's always entertaining. So I kind of like hearing some of his design stuff. If that's the case with his title change, which to me sounds like a promotion because it's less specialized, meaning he'd be overseeing more. That seems to me like, I wonder if him being a lead encounter designer means he will now be involved with Overland and stuff like that to make that more engaging, because that's been a thing that the community has mentioned, us included, where it's like you just steamroll the storyline and stuff. Maybe now he's going to help design some of the stuff for that.
Make it painful and turn it into a suffering bus. The struggle bus.
It turns out that he actually
awesome.
That's what I mean. It's like, what if doing the Elsewhere story, you actually needed to 1v1 those dragons and they really had 17 million hit points?
That's giving Mike so much power.
I like this idea.
I love the man. He is awesome. He was so much fun to hang out with. Oh my goodness, that would be brutal.
Yep.
Yes.
Normal Overland, Vet Overland content.
That would actually be really fun, though. I would really enjoy that. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's been
available
something
for people, but do vet story modes or something like that, and he can just be sadistic and do horrible things to us.
I mean, see, that's exactly what we discussed so many times, though. The story content is becoming boring, for me at least, because it is super easy. It is super easy. They hype characters up, like the Zumak Foom, they hype him up as this super powerful necromancer, that will cause havoc across Tamriel, and he's your main adversary, and just slap him in the face and he dies. I'm like, what? That was not.
Can't even get through his own intro before he's dead.
Yeah, exactly. Can't even. And then these dragons get hyped up like, okay, this dragon's super powerful. Oh my god, it's gonna end Tamriel, and you just flick it and it dies. And I'm like, what? Why are we here? Are we God in Tamriel without knowing? Am I Akatosh himself? Have I never been out of the influence of the Amulet of Kings? Like, did I retain that entire power this whole time? Is that why I'm slapping these arch nemesis, Daedric princes left and right and everything dies? Come on. Give us...
Also, on the note of us being overpowered to being, like, getting smashed around, the chat is way more sadistic than even our suggestions, as apparently the community just likes to be beaten down with open world PvP over resource nodes.
Better in fishing.
Yep, delve hard modes. It's great.
You're running and just a random lightning strike kills you. You don't even have a chance to fight it.
That's Zelda.
We could
that is Zelda Breath of the Wild.
You could try to pick like a alchemy reagent instead of just automatically getting worms and crawlers. You have to like slay them, and they all have like 85,000 hit points and stuff like that. Just even simple harvesting is. Yep, nope. Worms are now vet DLC content. All of it
gives a whole new meaning to the worm cult.
Nice.
Let's see if you are getting more ideas. Damage over time while lockpicking, which would kill Pixie all the time, I'm 100% sure.
Damage over time
while lockpicking. That's a thing already in White Gold Tower, and that's why I have to use the FCO lockpicker add-on, because I'm not allowed to lockpick normally.
Perfect. See, Finn's already got this DOT lockpicking on lockdown. He's been doing it since the first dungeon DLC.
Oh god. Save us. Stendar, help us.
Yeah, Mike Finnegan. Things might happen. You never know when it's him.
We're now all scared.
I love him and I hate him at the same time. I don't know. Like, I trash talk him and then he tells me to get good, and that just hits me too hard. In the heart.
He tells me to talk to the boss and try to talk some sense into her.
That was great.
The boss. Then she'll do the stabby move. No, that's not what you have to do. I died. Thanks, Finn. I looked like an idiot in front of Finn because I tried to talk to the boss.
Whenever, like, we were doing Unhallowed Grave, and, like, we were running it blind, and Mike Finnegan was in chat, and we couldn't figure out one mechanic, right?
Which one?
It was the one that, you know, there's fire everywhere, you have to go up, activate something, jump back down.
Yeah.
That's the one that he trolled me on. That's the one he's like, you have to go up to the boss and press E to interact like you're trying to talk to her. And then she'll stab. Because we figured out like that you needed to get her to stab on the thing. And we knew which one we needed to do it on, but we didn't realize it was a DPS thing. And he's like, just walk up to her and press E like you're going to talk to her. That's E to interact. It's not going to pop up on your screen. Just trust me. And I did it. And I died because I was the healer. I was just like running up. Let's go talk to her, guys. And that was a stupid idea. I shouldn't have listened.
So what happened in our... I was running with Pugs. And like, we couldn't figure out the mechanic. And Finn was in chat like, we showed this 2 seconds ago. And obviously, apparently they were showing, like, they do it with every mechanic, but I never pay attention.
Yeah, they telegraph it.
I was too busy doing /bucket splash on the statues. And apparently the statues were actually showing me what I was supposed to do while I was doing emotes on them. I didn't pay attention. What? So he was like, we showed this 2 seconds ago. I didn't pay attention. So everyone, like, people went on to YouTube, you know, the Pug group, and they would come back and be like, okay, I think I figured it out. We got to do this and this and this. And Finn goes in chat like, and we try it and it doesn't happen. And then everyone goes on to Google again. We look it up a bit more. And I mention what we found. And like, someone says, okay, I specifically remember this. Whose article? I don't know. But someone was like, in the group, okay, we found a good article, we know what to do, and they wrote it, and I read it, and Finn just went, yeah, it wasn't a good article. I was like, come on.
I was going to say, that was the very PG version of what Finn typed in chat. It was really funny.
He is ruthless. He's definitely...
He's like that in person, too.
Yes,
I know Lotus got to talk to him both at PAX and at Vegas, and I got to talk to him in Vegas. And that's him in person also.
I didn't get to.
You would love
there
it.
In spirit.
We brought your picture. Remember, we took a picture for you.
You waited in line with us.
On top of me not being there, you brought a picture of me photoshopped into an Altmer soldier. Come on, guys. That's
the best look for you, Ark. You looked fantastic. You were dressed for the occasion. It was great.
Also, you would think my back hurts from the constantly running air conditioner, but it's actually the stabs that has been happening by my hosts.
Well, so here's the thing, too, is we have, as a callback to, make sure to check out when you stream as well, because, like I said, you can look how dungeons and, in this case, trials are done, if you want to get through them, or you can do splash emotes or dance Redguard while watching Ark do Kyne's Aegis blind.
Honestly, this is the only
options really available.
This is the only place where you will see Mike Finnegan from chat, from his typings, that he is going crazy because I am doing everything wrong in the ways that should not be possible.
You can hear disappointment in the letters typed into chat.
You can just hear the face palm.
It's not going to be the same for Kyne's Aegis though, because Luna will lead us. And, well, we are going to go in blind, and if Luna doesn't explain the fights, I'll probably end up doing the same thing. So I'm sorry in advance, Luna. You are going to see the true version of my tanking.
I was about to say, she's bringing you, so it's automatically going to be difficult.
And because she's bringing in me, it's her fault, so it's not my fault again. There we go. I'm cleared.
Oh, you're actually pretty efficient at that.
Oh, yeah. I've been telling you. You're not listening.
Yep. I'll turn that around on somebody else in a split second.
And to defend Luna here, before this whole thing goes live and all of that, she's pointing out in chat that she will also be blind running this. So
that's pretty interesting. I have never done a full blind trial. I always do the blind dungeons when they launch. With a team, I have never been in a trial where literally no one knows what's going on. Honestly, I would imagine that is like herding cats who are on fire trying to make other cats. Like, that's like, how do you even organize something like that where people are figuring anything out?
The most fun I've had in dungeons, trials, any content in Elder Scrolls Online is when I did it blind. Absolutely blind. Like, I remember struggling in Cradle of Shadows for 6 hours in PTS, and no one knew what to do, so we were basically figuring it out by 1,000 deaths. Like, it's generally fun, so I'm really looking forward to this Friday. Which brings us to the end of the news and to our tales, and we are just at the hour mark, so we are keeping our, hopefully, promise of... keeping this short. So
when a short show is over an hour.
We don't mention things like that. We are professionals. We've done everything correctly, and we kept our promise. And if not, it was someone else's fault. Like ZeniMax Online changing Finnegan's job title. If they hadn't done that, we wouldn't have had the 20-minute discussion on why Mike Finnegan is brutal and he feels sad when he's in this chat. It is the fault of ZeniMax Online Studios. There we go. Alright, so which one wants to go first for their tales?
I'll go first.
Alright.
So the main thing that I did this week was finishing up that Ribbonspire questline. to get ready for Greymoor, and I really did enjoy it. It was pretty dark. The one letdown was, I mean, it's base game content, so there's going to be some spoilers in like a couple seconds, so just skip ahead a little bit if you don't want that. So basically, whenever it comes to the point where the Count is going to sacrifice himself to go to Cold Harbor to take this relic out of the world, the game, I was talking to him and really like reading through everything. It just kicked me to a load screen and kicked me out. So I didn't get to see him actually go to Cold Harbor. So that part kind of sucked, but that's the only part I remember from the first time of me doing this, luckily. So it wasn't too big of a letdown. I did want to see it again, but it wasn't so bad. I'd say my favorite part of the whole quest line, though, is during the Liberation of North Point quest, where you go and you talk to, I cannot for the life of me remember his name, but you talk to the general guy's son, and he's under the vampire lady's spell. I know this is terrifically descriptive, but and so are all the other nobles in the castle. And whenever you walk in initially, they're all dancing and having a fantastic time. And then you go downstairs and come back upstairs and you talk to the man's son. Then you turn around and they're all lined up in a couple of rows facing you with their heads just slumped over. And it was terrifying. I was playing at about 10 or 11 o'clock at night, and it was really, really creepy because I was in the dark. And I was like, wow, this is creepier than I was expecting from ESO. And it was a really, really good storyline. I'm really looking forward to seeing Gwendis again in Greymoor, and I'm looking forward to seeing if we get to see Verandis again. I really did like his character. I want to learn more about his backstory. I know he made that deal with Molag Bal, so I'm wondering if Molag Bal is going to have something to do with this in either Greymoor or the subsequent story DLC that we get later, because since they're bringing the Ravenwatch back, it makes me feel like Verandis is going to make a reappearance, because he didn't die. He just went to Cold Harbor with Molag Bal, who apparently he hates, but that's the only way he could save everyone. It was really cool. So that brings us to yesterday, whenever I decided to hop right back onto the struggle bus instead of my nice chill questing that I've been doing the rest of the week. And I was like, I'm not doing a trial until Sunday, so I'm just going to try something, like mix it up a little bit, because I've been healing a lot lately. So I'm going to try tanking again, which I hadn't done in a few months, and immediately forgot every single button except for the stab button. So I just ran around and poked everything, because that's all I knew. I kept accidentally hitting, I cannot for the life of me remember the name of the move, but it buffs your defenses but makes you move super slow. And I kept...
Movable?
Yes, that one.
Yeah.
I kept spamming it, and I moved so slow, and it was really annoying. On the positive
But you were
side,
so durable.
I was. I didn't die while that was up. Well, I did get better during the ad pulls. I swapped out Silver Leash for Frozen Device again, off of some advice I had gotten from Lego, my usual tank, who was actually healing me that whole time. For the first dungeon. We did City of Ash 2, and then we did Unvet, and we did Vet ICP. So in City of Ash 2, Lego was with me, and Lego's like, just swap out Frozen Device, see if you can get the timing right. There is a learning curve, but it's really cool whenever you get it working, because you can pull multiples at a time. So I started to work with the timing on that, and I basically was using Frozen Device on the mages and the archers, and then just range taunting anything that was moving, and it seemed to work pretty well. And I was really, really liking the way that felt. And then it was time for ICP and Lord Warden. And things started going south very, very quickly at the point of Lord Warden. I was able to hold taunt on the boss most of the time. There were a couple times where I panicked and lost taunt because I just apparently forgot what I was doing and hit a whole bunch of random buttons, none of which were the poke button that I had found earlier. And so I was able to get him and all of his shadows taunted most of the time. But no matter how many times we spammed X to brace, it would take my health down to half and it would pretty much kill everyone else. And then even though I had the boss taunted, he'd turn around and shadow rush a random person in the group, and it would one-shot most of the group. So it got real hard. I don't know if it was a mechanics thing. I had asked some people in chat. They said it looked like we were doing it right, and the portals were just being buggy because it shouldn't have killed everyone else when they said they were synergizing with it. So I don't really know. Could likely be a me problem.
No. So just to jump in and somewhat reassure you, that has a lot of issues with that synergy, to say the least. I don't know. I've never seen it just not do damage, but I always was under the impression that like it shouldn't do damage, but like it does reduce damage because you brace for impact or whatever. But sometimes it just like nukes people in a party. It's just like, okay, well, I drop through, I brace for impact, and I'm totally dead. It's like, how did you die? It's like, oh, I took 47,000 fall damage. It's like, okay, well, you couldn't have lived even if you didn't do the mechanic. Like, what? So, yeah.
That makes you feel better.
So, Luna and Esotech in chat says, yes, they are. The synergy is
it's borked. Yeah, so they're saying the same thing. Yeah. So, all right. So, it's not just, it's not just a PS4 thing either. Yeah. It's like, it's weird.
Okay, that makes me feel a lot better then. Because we were really struggling through that whole thing. We eventually gave up without the clear because I needed sleep, and so did other members of the group that I was riding with. But I will say that during that fight, having to range taunt all of the shadows at once, I felt a lot more comfortable with that whole idea as the night went on. And so it was really good practice. So I'm really happy we ran it, even though we didn't get the clear. I had a blast just playing on my tank again, because it's been a long time. And I really do like tanking. Even though it is still kind of new to me, I'm still kind of trying to figure it out and feel out the waters and everything. Test the waters, whatever that phrase is. And then tonight, actually, just a little while ago, I decided to build up the Greymoor hype to its peak by playing Skyrim instead of ESO, going back to Solitude and going through some of the Dawnguard quests also. So I had planned on just doing some quests that I could pick up in Solitude. First one being doing Patema's storyline and clearing out Wolfskull Cave, which was apparently a bad idea at level 9 whenever you have no armor, because you decided to play a mage who only wears robes, and everything was obliterating me. And after like the 4th time dying, just deciding to reload a previous save to get out of the cave because, oh my god, there's so many necromancers. And it was really getting annoying on top of the headache I had. So I was, you know what? Let's just have a fun, chill night and go kill some vampires. And so then I went down and started the Dawnguard questline, got all the way to Serana and killed the gargoyle right after Serana along with some Draugr. And that was a really nice little blast from the past. And it's a good way to get ready for Greymoor if you're looking for something to do the next couple days.
And made me want to play Skyrim.
Oh man. And the hardest part for me was, so I have Skyrim on PC, but when Skyrim was new, and even whenever the Skyrim Special Edition was new, I played on console still. So I'm used to console controls, and especially with lockpicking, having the vibrate on the controller to let you know like how you're doing with lockpicking. And so trying to remember buttons for PC whenever you're so used to console is a nightmare. So I'm used to the right and left trigger, and then using the 2 joysticks for like slowly lockpicking, and it's real hard to lockpick on PC. And hats off to those of you who do it well, because I am not one of those people, but I'm good at it on console, I promise.
My main problem with switching back to ESO, like switching between ESO and Skyrim, is the shout and sheathing your weapon. In ESO, you sheath your weapon with Z. In Skyrim, I try to sheath my weapon and instead end up murdering 100 people.
Oh yeah, I made that mistake just before the stream started. I was trying to sheath my hands and yelled at a dead body, and I'm like, oh no.
So yeah,
we're very upset about their death.
I kept, for whatever reason, after I did the one shout before the stream started, I got sheath hands and because I only use spells, so I don't even have a weapon out. I'm just trying to put my hands down. So instead of putting my hands down, I kept popping it out into third person view, which was really disorienting. So I was just in and out of first person the entire time.
Yeah. I would imagine you look like a real creeper, though, with the way you hold your hands for Magicka in that game, and then like walking around town like that. You just look horrible. Like just walking up to shopkeepers, like, oh God, what is wrong with this person?
That's why I always try to leave my hands sheathed whenever I'm not actively in the danger zone. And I just kept putting it in and out of third person. I don't remember how to sheath my hands. I don't know how to put my hands down. Made me feel like that movie A Christmas Carol, whatever, is two bundled up. And it's like, I can't put my arms down. That's how I felt the entire time. But yeah, that's all I did this week.
Nice. Yeah, now I want to play Skyrim as well, but I think see, every single time when I do a clean install on my PC, get rid of all the clutter, I think of backing up my Skyrim because of my mods. And then I think, you know what, I don't need to, I'll reinstall them. And then when it actually comes the time to play Skyrim, then I'm like, man, I don't have my mods. I have to reinstall everything because I didn't back it up. So I don't. And then there comes a time I end up suddenly with the desire of modding Skyrim again, which takes up to several days. And then I end up only playing for like 10 minutes with all the mods. And I'm like, cool, it works. It looks nice. Let's go back to ESO or GTA or something. So yeah, I really need to start backing up my mods. Like, now I would want to play, but there's no way I'm sitting down and modding everything again, so I won't. So yeah. Anyway, Lotus, what about you?
So, let's see, what did I do? I actually, I guess, well, in terms of quick things, Blades, for anybody who has any interest in that game or hasn't tried it, cares about it, whatever. It is now out of early access, finally. It's a real thing because it launched on Switch. I heard it's pretty good on Switch. I don't have a Switch, so I'm not really sure. But when Promethean comes back, he'll have to tell us about it because he was playing it on his big TV, which I thought was pretty cool looking.
Quick thing, why Promethean is not here, I should have mentioned this at the introduction part. His microphone broke. So
yeah.
So he won't be around until an
extreme technical difficulties.
Yeah. He
dumpster fire before it even started.
Yeah. His dumpster fire got a bit too real, and his microphone decided, like, you know what? We are not gonna do a show for a while, and it just broke. So until his new microphone arrives, he might not be able to join us.
Hopefully it's sooner rather than later. Yes. But so he'll know more about that. But when it came out of early access, it got more quest lines added. So I've been doing some of those. It's more Blades. I still like Blades for what it is. And if you haven't tried Blades, because I saw a lot of people asking, like, oh, I don't know if I should bother, blah, blah, blah. That's fine. And I can totally understand, and not everybody is going to like Blades. However, Blades cost no money. So you might as well try it for yourself and make your own choice on whether you like the game. There's no investment other than your time for this one. So it's like, you don't need to listen to reviewers tell you that it's trash and it's pay to win. It's not. I paid nothing and I beat the game. It's fine. And it is what it is. It's much more linear. It's not a full Elder Scrolls game like Skyrim, like we were talking about. It's definitely condensed down to a mobile version of it, but that's kind of what I was expecting / wanted for a game that I could play on my phone. So, it's definitely worth at least checking out since it costs nothing. And if you don't like it, you can just delete it because it didn't cost you anything except a little time.
Yeah, and besides, it's a mobile game, so I work at a mobile game company, and I end up actually looking through a bunch of data and be aware that what millions upon millions of people play on their phones. You are on your commute, you might be on, whatever, your PC might not be working, you might be in your bed, you might be on the toilet. Don't play those, if you are gonna play something on your phone, don't let it be hyper casual, like those one-tap, 1,000 copies made games.
Yeah,
you actually have an option to play an Elder Scrolls game, even if it's not, fully fledged, wow, it's amazing, it's an Elder Scrolls game. Instead of playing those...
over Shadowkey.
Oh, God.
Or at least play Elder Scrolls Legends. I don't know.
Point.
It's not a game for me, at least, that I would play while I'm in front of my PC. But if I've got nothing, I don't have my PC with me or whatever, I want to play something on my phone. It's Elder Scrolls. You get to kill stuff, you get to fight other people, you get to build a town. It's nice. Even though, I'm not playing it much because my phone barely runs it. It's a 4 or 5 years old Samsung Galaxy S7. So it's a struggle. But maybe now that it's out of early access, maybe they optimized a bit and I should download it and check. But yeah.
Listen. Oh, yeah, so I'm not going to go into the quests that I've done. But yeah, there's more that were added. They're fun. They're little storylines and... it seems like they're actually starting to explore more convoluted dungeons. Not convoluted in a bad way, but they're adding more to it than just walk from point A to point B, slay the things, collect the junk. There's it seems like there's actually a little more, they're exploring with some puzzly aspects to it, which is kind of neat. But yeah, so that's out if that's anything for your interest. I've been playing a bunch of Battlegrounds in ESO, which I like PvP. I'm not the biggest Battlegrounds fan. It's fine, but I definitely prefer Overworld Cyrodiil. However, there are some achievements that I know I don't have, so I tried really mixing things up, and I am playing a Battlegrounds healer on my character. I just kind of fudged around all my stuff and made myself some new gear, and I'm playing as a healer in Battlegrounds to try to grab those achievements, which are incredibly specific, but whatever. I know there's some changes on the horizon to healing in PvP, so I was like, maybe I should see if I can snag these before they become way harder to get. And I've learned a couple things from jumping back into Battlegrounds. I'm not going to harp on the performance of Battlegrounds being bad, but they're bad. The main thing that I just figured I would mention, you can still only solo queue in Battlegrounds, which got a very mixed reaction when that was implemented. And from an MMR standpoint, I understand what they're saying. You can't have MMR based on okay, that's fine. It's more convoluted to have teams and all of that stuff. Except there's a different problem. Not being able to play a team game with teammates that you pre-group for seems weird because the matchmaking doesn't read what you're playing. So as a healer, I'm not used to being a full healer. I'm usually a damage tank for PvP. However, I'm like, no, I'm full heals because I want to get these healing achievements. I have multiple times been on a team where we only have healers in its team deathmatch. That's unplayable. Like, just straight up unplayable. So I don't understand what they're even learning from this. Maybe there's some more algorithms in the background going on that I just don't understand. But I don't find these games are competitive at all, like most of the time. They're a mess, at least RNG in my experience.
Regardless of how good you are, it'll be, if your team is not good enough, it'll be 1 versus 8.
Well, and that's kind of the thing that's weird, is even from, because I know there's always the, like, whatever team you are, it's always the other two factions that are beating the crap out of you, which is weird that seems to always be the case. However, it's not like, there was one game actually right before we grouped up for this. I was playing a Battleground, and it was amazing because we didn't have a team of healers. We had me as a healer, and we had 3 pretty tanky, relatively tanky DPSs. Mm-hmm. And we were playing not Domination, the other Crazy King, the one where you capture the 1 position.
Yep.
We stomped the other teams so hard into oblivion, one team scored once. So it was 500 to 15 to 0.
Oh, gosh.
And I was the low scorer at 0 and 1 and had like 3,700 points because I had so many healing medals. Because I just pocket healed our 3 dudes. We stuck together. We didn't have 4 healers or 2 tanks and 2 healers, like all support classes. And the other teams just would go to the objective, or they would filter in because, again, they're not a team. We amazingly like work together and seemed like everybody had experience. So the other teams would walk in like, oh, single file. And it's like, oh my God, you're literally just slowly walking into a meat blender here. Like, what are you going to do to this? And they couldn't chisel through our teammates because I was just healing them from the back. So it was like, okay, that I get. But like, it's crazy that like the idea was balance to it, but I feel like the games are less balanced than ever, at least in my experience. So
you know what the main problem is? 3-way battle.
We talked about yes. I love it in Overworld.
A 3-way battle.
In Battlegrounds, it's weird.
Yeah, balancing a 3-way battle is an absolute nightmare. It's 99% of the time, it's not gonna work. The MMR system, like your ranking is not gonna work properly. Your like skill level matchmaking is not gonna work. A lot of things are not gonna work properly because you can't calculate it properly. There are way too many variables. You can one-on-one calculations for MMR, easy. One group versus another group MMR calculations, wonky. It takes huge effort for companies to get it right. Like, it took, for example, Steam, Valve, with Dota, years to get it right.
And that's the only focus.
Yeah, the only focus is the MMR system. And it took them years to get it right. And it's 2 teams. It's pretty straightforward. But they had to do they had to do so many different things to actually finally set it right. Like, nowadays I hear it's properly good. I haven't played it in years, but I have friends who are actively playing it, and I'm hearing it from them. If you do it a 3-way battle, there are so many variables that you won't be able to calculate a person's MMR or skill level or whatever properly to matchmake them properly. That's not going to happen. There's no, like, maybe there's a math for it, but it's not gonna come easy. Like, you'll have to gather super high amounts of data before you can actually set a
lot of trial and error or just
ranking matchmaking system for 3-way battles. So I wouldn't be hopeful for Battlegrounds to be any balanced in terms of matchmaking anytime soon. It's not gonna happen.
For sure. But it's just something I figured was worth mentioning because I hadn't really messed with Battlegrounds as much. And yeah, I agree. Some of the like domination or team deathmatch, that's fine because then it's kind of got like a stealthy element to it. Like, oh, who do you target? Whatever. But then there's also the side effect of one trend that I definitely notice is people don't play to win; they play not to lose because you get a bonus. You get a bonus if you win. You get a bonus if you come in second place, and you get garbage if you're in third. So if first place is so far in front because they're better, they're no longer playing to dethrone them, and you're definitely not working with the other team. You work to beat down the team in last even harder so that you guarantee second place at least. It's just, I don't have an answer to this, so I don't really want to just like ream on them and be like, this is stupid, do it better. But it's just from playing it more again, I'm kind of like, oof, this is... It's not that it's not fun, but yikes. If you actually take that super competitively, man, no wonder PvPers are like pissed when they're in when Battlegrounds is their go-to. Cyrodiil, like I said, it doesn't bother me because it's supposed to be chaos. Whereas Battlegrounds, I feel, is definitely more of a focus on like skilled gameplay. And just with the way it's played out in my experience recently, it's very chaotic. And chaotic in a way that it's just like, it's almost random chaos. It's like, oh, I'm just going to snipe you people, but then you have one teammate, now I'm going to go do this. And it's just like, it's all over the place. Yeah. So, yeah, that's all. It's been a weird experience, so to speak. I'll be going back to Cyrodiil.
We don't have an answer for it, but the problem is that no one really has an answer for matchmaking three-way battles.
Sure. That's just, I just figured it was worth mentioning without it just being like, you know, typical Zos, fix your game useless comments where it's like, this is a concern. Hopefully somebody more invested in that might maybe have a you know, more constructive way of hopefully coming to a way to make Battlegrounds, I don't know, better overall, because there's a lot of room for improvement as far as I'm concerned. And then the only other thing I figure is worth mentioning, which is why I've, when we started the show, we mentioned how we were all a little in rough shape. This is the reason why I'm in rough shape, and it was totally self-inflicted. Last night, I was asked at 9:30 my time if I wanted to help with a Black Rose prison run, which I've been trying to get better at Black Rose. And I would also like that healing staff because when I want to AP farm, it's really useful for Cyrodiil because you can heal a Zerg real nice. Stack up that AP. And I was like, you know, great. It's another guildie was hoping to get skinned. And I knew everybody in the group because they're all from my Trials Guild. And we made pretty good progress and chewed through that Black Rose relatively quickly. And yes, also as mentioned by Kiss, yes, I joined at 9:30 p.m., which was awkward because I'm more of a morning person. But we got pushing through, made it through the first arena. I've done so many times, it's whatever. Second arena is one of the first big holdups, got through that, pushed through, got through the Nightmare Arena in a 4, got to the end. And for some reason, it just didn't click. We had him to execute phase constantly. At 5:30 in the morning, I passed out because I couldn't take it anymore. So that was how long I was in there. And I believe it went for 2 more hours before they got it cleared. And unfortunately, the person we brought in to get their first clear, she unfortunately also got so tired that she had to bail and fell asleep. But it was like, oh, I've got to go. But for the sake of getting through it for people, they continued on. And a half an hour after the person that we basically were doing it for left, they managed to finally clear it. So we have to go back in to try to skin again. Only thing was, somebody did get their resto staff out of it. So there was that. But oof, it was Black Rose Prison is just, I think that takes the cake now over Halls of Fabrication for the most torturous thing that I do. And for whatever reason, I'm determined to get better at it. And I keep joining different groups for it and just keep getting pounded into dust. And it's horrible. But, hangover-wise, is pretty much because of that. I went to bed, got to sleep around 6 a.m., woke up at 9 a.m., and now I'm here where it's 12:30 a.m. the following day.
You said you're a morning person, so by the time you left Black Rose Prison, it was technically morning, so you should have been...
Exactly.
You should have been fine. You should have cleared it.
I know, at that point, I actually should have been fresh as a daisy, so...
What a quitter.
Yep, so that was the rough run. I think I'm even doing it again tomorrow. I don't know what's the matter with me, why I keep doing it. I just want that resto staff, and I like trying to help other people get their skins in there because it's a miserable skin to get. Also, it looks like butts, so that's where I'll end my tales. It's not even a good skin. It looks awful. It looks like you have a skin disease. So, yeah. If you're ever looking for something horrific to do, just go right ahead and try out Vet Black Rose. It's an experience.
Also, I just tried to get the chat to type #PixiePact, and none of them did. And now I'm upset and disappointed. This is not how it was supposed to be. I mean, years and years of cultivating an Ebonheart Pact community here at Tales of Tamriel and Dungeon Crawler Network, and we just had a chat that just did not type Pixie Pact.
No.
You know,
well.
It's because they never felt safe enough before. And now that they have a co-host who is a fan of the Dominion, they now know that they can speak out for the one true queen and empress of all of Tamriel.
Shame on you, chat. You left me in the dark. You left
my
me
final
hanging.
tale is here's my resignation.
Goodness me, it even backfired. Now everyone is like Queen, Dominion, and things like that. I am super disappointed, and I'm gonna burn through my tales super fast. So because Pixie looks like she's slowly fading away into a
I kind of want to. I'm gonna turn this off, which is probably gonna be. Oh, I just get a black background. Oh, I turned off the wrong light. That's the problem. The one that I need to turn off is.
I just said Pixie's fading. I just said Pixie's fading into a different realm, and her camera just went dark as well. I'm like, is it happening for you? Now she's.
So the issue is, I have a camera that is not a camera. Of course, I have a camera in my face. I have a light that's right behind my monitor, and it was shining directly in my eyes. And I'm getting to the point of the headache where I'm super sensitive to lights. So turning this light off is significantly better. I'm just going to leave that off the rest of the time because it was hard for me to keep my eyes open.
I'm going to recommend a soft box as well for your lights if you don't have one already.
It helps a lot. I need to get one.
Yeah,
it's on my list.
I'm going to send you the one I use. Anyway, so Tales.
Thank you.
Super fast. Friday, again, with Lore Seekers PC European Mega Server Guild led by Luna Spear in chat. We ran Veteran Cloud Rest once more, to no avail because servers are really borked. I'm really hoping with Greymoor it's gonna change, or it's gonna get worse because we are gonna have a massive influx of players. May Akatosh bless our servers. But basically what was happening is, again, animations were delaying or not happening. At some point I couldn't do heavy attacks. We got to the execute and I couldn't cast my ultimates again. The same bug happened and things like that. Things were going a bit off the rails. We actually stood for an extra hour or so too, on top of the designated like trial time. But once we reset the instance, we went back out, did all the bosses again in hopes that we would get a better, instance. That didn't really help. So eventually we decided, okay, until things get better, I guess we are not gonna do it. Which the whole thing was again streamed and recorded, and I finally finished editing the explanations, like the guide video for Veteran Cloud Rest bosses, which is like a 27-minute video of Luna explaining all the fights, because every time we stream the fights, chat was going like, does she have a YouTube channel that she, does guides and everything? And Luna doesn't have one, so I basically cut all the explanation parts and put the footage from the actual fights on top of it with slow motion, arrows, freeze frames, and things like that. At least the ones I was able to see from my tank point of view, and basically did a 27-ish guide video, which is not public on YouTube yet. It's unlisted. I will publish it tomorrow, that in a time that is not in the middle of the night. And I'm gonna be doing these more with every trial we run, basically. So yeah, basically we didn't finish Veteran Cloud Rest for now. After that, I was gonna continue streaming with editing the editing that said video. And Yesotek was just in chat as well. He's from the PCNA side of the Lore Seekers. He asked if I would like to talk about tanking, because he was watching the stream and he was able to see like things I'm doing wrong or things I could do better. So, and obviously I was like, yeah, of course, because if I can get better as a tank, that is good. So he took 2 hours or so from his time to like give me tips, tricks, things where I can improve, things where I'm doing wrong. And since I had my editing software in front of me, we got to be able to like analyze things frame by frame, which made me realize my shields are not up all the time. My green dragon blood uptime is super low. I sometimes don't heal myself even though I have full resources. I don't see synergies pop up. Like in the execute phase, the synergy for the blood altar was up, but I wasn't using it because I was too focused on trying to cast my ultimate, which wasn't happening. But I was super focused on that, even though I had my resources and a synergy that would heal me by a massive amount. I didn't utilize any of this. So like going through the editing and frame by frame allowed me to see all of these as well. So I got a lot of things to work on, better resource management, better uptime on my buffs and my shields. Like one of the best tanking things about Dragon Knight, which is the shields that I'm not properly utilizing and things like that. So Yesotek, thank you so very much for taking the time to put me on a path to becoming a better tank. My new aim is becoming absolutely immortal and make proud of the Dragon Knight name. I will become immortal. I shall not be killed by anything but other Nords from now on. We'll see. Another thing is, just today, well, it's yesterday now because it's Sunday morning for me. As you can see from my pack, the sun has risen.
Time traveler.
Yeah. I'm from the
Sigil
future.
Border Master.
Hey, no. So we had the 4th episode of our Elder Scrolls themed Dungeons and Dragons session with DM'd by Ophelia Noir, played by myself, Ninja614, Dawn Whisper, and K-Paw. We play a band of a Nord, an Argonian, a High Elf, and an Alfiq. So it's going pretty well. We are stuck in Windhelm. We were sent on a mission to Windhelm because no one could hear back from Windhelm. Like guild members were sent, fighters were sent, none came back, so we were sent to investigate. As soon as we entered, the doors closed behind our back. We can't do any magic because anyone who does magic gets arrested. People are under some kind of influence. The sun never rises, it's always dark inside Windhelm. No one knows what's happening in the palace. Entire fighters guild is massacred where they stand. Like, it doesn't even look like they had a chance to fight. They just got massacred where they stand, like randomly scattered in the guild hall. Mage's Guild is locked down, we couldn't enter it. There's some weird plot going on that we were trying to figure out, but time ran out and we had to stop. So we generally play it every 2 or 3 weeks, but definitely follow twitch.tv/OpheliaNoir or twitter.com/Ophelia_Noir. So, you get to be announced when we go live with the next one. And Nika has them, Nika being Ophelia Noir, has them on her channel in the collections if you want to catch up and, watch the previous ones. So yeah, that is what I've been doing. I haven't been playing that much ESO because Epic Games gave GTA 5 for free, so I've been playing that. And they're giving more free games, so I might play those as well. But anyway, that brings us to the end of the show. And for very quick final thoughts, Lotus, where can people find you?
Okay, so quick thing for what is happening from me and where you can find me. I'm Lotus of Doom on Twitter and Twitch and pretty much anywhere. What I am doing, I had made reference to it last week, of the Feed the World project that I am going to be part of. It is it's coming to, we've got the timings being scheduled in now and everything like that. But next weekend, so it will be May 29th, 30th, and 31st, I believe is the dates, if I know numbers correctly. Yes, 29, 30, and 31st. We will be doing, as if you didn't get enough Elder Scrolls Online throughout the Greymoor launch week with the stream, whatever it was, where it's a streamer raiding into another streamer for just like a nice long event. We are having a charity-based one starting on the 29th of May, so next weekend. And it is a decent amount of stream team members, myself included, but they're all worth checking out. I just figure what I will do is give you a quick run through. So my block is Saturday morning. I will be streaming from 8 a.m. Eastern time until 1 p.m. Eastern time. And we have a few goals set up, whereas after the first $100 raised, which I actually believe already happened, we haven't even started yet, for my personal chunk of the drive, those coins we've given away various times throughout promotional stuff provided to us by Gina Bruno and the ZeniMax team. Well, to try to encourage people to donate for this awesome cause, which is feeding it's providing money to food banks. Mine are specifically for the United States and New England. In order to try to see if we can get some money raised, every $100, so I've got a $500 goal. For each $100 milestone we have up to the goal, we are giving away 3 of the Elsewhere coins, and 1 of the Greymoor coins is the finale. So you don't necessarily have to donate, because I don't want to get into legal issues where it's purchasing something or whatever. So all you need to do is be there on the stream when we hit milestones, and I'll just kind of give them away. If for whatever reason we hit them really quick, I'll just kind of space them out, probably like once an hour or whatever. But so there's those prizes. Drops are enabled next weekend, so if you want to just come and lurk just to help promote it, that would also be awesome. But if you follow any of my stuff, Twitter, I'm Lotus of Doom, like I said, and I will be streaming from my channel on Twitch. That's where it'll all be going down. You're welcome to join. I'm not really sure what we'll be doing on stream exactly in ESO, but it is an awesome cause, and it all goes to charity, again, because that's just kind of what I do with my Twitch stuff. So you're all welcome to join and hang out and just enjoy the show. And then that'll be going for all 3 days as well. So next week, if it's not something I'm specifically involved in or something we're specifically involved in at Tales, there is tons of ESO stuff going on next week involving us and a lot of other great people. So definitely stop in if you get the chance. And obviously, if you're capable, donate, because it will really help the cause.
And we'll boost it up at every DCN channel we have, so that's gonna happen as well. HyperPixie Gaming, where can people find you?
You can find me at twitch.tv/HyperPixie Gaming and on Twitter at not Twitch. Wow. HyperPixie Games because of the character limits. I'm falling asleep over here. I'm not gonna lie. I am going to be picking up a couple extra days this week on my own personal stream schedule because of Greymoor. I'm going to be playing. I might do some of the main story on stream, so there could be some spoilers. I'm also going to be doing a lot of antiquities and stuff as well. So if you're into that sort of thing, you want to see parts of the story, you want to run through the new tutorial and stuff and see what that looks like without having to make a new tune of your own, you can come pay me a visit. It'll be fun. We're going to be seeing all of the things all over the place, and it's going to be a good time.
All right, well, definitely do follow Lotus of Doom and HyperPixie Gaming because they're amazing, and they just suffered through another not short episode, even though they were in huge struggle. But thank you both so very much for being here and, doing the show, even though you were in not the best shape.
You're an inspiration for that stuff, Ark, because you're always sleep-deprived or fighting a migraine.
We did this for you.
We learned from the best.
Right, so you can follow us on a bunch of places. Twitter.com/Tales of Tamriel for Tales of Tamriel specific stuff, or Twitter.com/DungeonCrawlNet, not crawler, but crawl, because again, limits for our everything DCN related. Twitch.tv/DungeonCrawler Network to catch every live stream, bunch of Elder Scrolls Online, Tales of Tamriel, and other games as well. You can check out our Patreon at patreon.com/DungeonCrawler Network. It currently has one tier because, again, related to the surprise I have mentioned at the beginning, there will be new tiers happening, and you can, support us here on Twitch as well. Along with Patreon, they have the same benefits that are exclusive content, private Discord channel, and things like that. You can leave us a 5-star review on iTunes, preferably not with any Guar or Aldmir Dominion related stuff. Thank you very much, but we still appreciate those as well. Thank you all so very much for joining us on this episode of Tales of Tamriel, and we will see you all next week with Greymoor stuff. Have a good night, everyone.
Bye,
everybody.
When Akatosh slew Lorcan, he ripped his heart right out. He hurled it across Tamriel, and the heart was heard to shout, red diamond, the heart and soul of men. Red diamond, protect us till the end. The laughing heart sprayed blood afar, a gout on Seer it fell, and like a dart shot to its mark down in an alien well. Magicka fused the Lorcan blood to crystal red and strong. Then wild elves cut and polished it down to Chimel at a ball. Red diamond, the heart and soul of men. Red diamond, protect us till the end. When elves lost Nirn to men, Akatosh gave the stone to Saint Alesh in token of her right to sit the throne. Red diamond, the heart and soul of men. Red diamond, protect us till the end. Red diamond, protect us till the end.